I'm a developer advocate, and Mathieu here is engineering manager at Ledger. And today we'll have a little look at our tracks and some implementations as well on the device side of things. So a little bit about Ledger first. Ledger is a French company created in 2014. We build hardware devices that help you secure cryptocurrencies. We have sold over 8 million of these devices so far, and today we secure roughly 20% of the world's crypto assets. Ledger devices are secure by design, and this is done through the combination of a secure element, which is the chip inside the device, and a secure display, which is immediately on top of this chip. What this means essentially is that whatever you see on your ledger, whatever you see on your device, is what you are about to sign. Who in this room can tell me what this transaction does? And yeah, if you're having a hard time, it's quite normal, because the only thing you see here is a message hash. And a hash is not very friendly, it's not human friendly, very hard to understand if you're a human. This is typically what we call blind signing. So in blind signing, it's very hard to see if it's a legit operation. Maybe the payload is malicious, or is it even the right contract or function? Maybe we are authorizing something we don't intend to. Blind signing is a lot like signing a blank check. You would not sign a blank check, yet sometimes you blind sign transactions. The general rule is, if it's unreadable, it's also unpredictable. And if it's unpredictable, it's not safe to sign. On the other side, we have an ERC 7730, which is called clear signing. And this is the opposite, where the transaction is transparent, human-friendly, and empowering. So we can see here on 3 screens, we have the first screen, which really prepares us in the right context. We are about to swap tokens. The second screen is very detailed. We can see exactly which contract we're interacting with. We can see we are about to send 1,000 Rapmatic and receive 554.91 USDT. And we can check if the receiver is correct. Does this match my address? And if so, we just hold and we sign the transaction. So this brings us to the first track, which is clear signing. We have $4,000 here on this track. So you're free to have a look, to dig deep in the documentation we have. But essentially, we reward the creation of JSON files for ERC 7730. You can also win a free Ledger device by doing that. But yeah, you can also build any tooling for ERC 7730 creation or validation, or improve the creation tool that we have at Ledger that is open source. So that's the first track, clear signing, $4,000.
Okay, thank you, Etienne. So let me present you Ledger Wallet Bertin. So I would say this is a new product we have done in this summer at Ledger. And so basically, if you are a dApp developers and you want to integrate Ledger, this is the solution for you. So what is it? Basically, this is just the capability to have direct connectivity to Ledger device on your dApp. So just by clicking a button, you can enter to a flow where you will be able to retrieve your Ledger accounts, and then you will be connected like every other wallet, because basically through the different screen, you could select which connectivity. You can connect it by USB, by Bluetooth, using web APIs. After, you will have your account on the right side, and then you will be able just to connect like you will do on your usual software wallet, and you will select your account. Ledger Wallet button is fully relying on EIP 1193 and EIP 6963. So basically, the EIP 1193 is for having the common JavaScript interface, JavaScript wallet provider JavaScript interface, and the 6963 is more about having multiple providers in the same web page. So you don't. So basically, in your dApp, if you already supporting MetaMask or Rabi or other software wallet, it should work directly with few lines of code. So also great feature, we are providing great features like clear signing, transaction checks. So you have the same secure services that you could have in Ledger Wallet application, but directly on your dApps without having to going back and forth to the Ledger Wallet application. We are handling all the flows, pairing, account selection, connection states, and also all the signing states, which could be signing transaction, sign type message, etc. And as I said, and this is the first one, we are compatible, with the web BLE API. So now on web, you can also connect your Ledger device through BLE. So how it works, basically we are relying on different, I would say, libraries or solutions. So the main one are device management kit, which is basically the Ledger library that allow you to handle your device, to connect to it, to exchange, to send data to it. We are also relying for fetching all the accounts on LedgerSync. So basically, LedgerSync is a secure and private solution for saving your account metadata in Ledger Wallet. And so if you are connecting on your mobile phone, you will be able to retrieve all your metadata on it. Obviously, we have the signer kit Ethereum, which is really tied to the device management kit. This module provides clear signing, transaction checks, capabilities. And also, like I already said it, we are relying on EIPs. And last one, all of this has been done using LIT, so web component technologies. Why? Just because it gave us the ability to be everywhere, to not rely on a specific front-end frameworks. And so you can integrate it whatever you are using, Angular, React, or other UI libraries. For now, the Ledger Wallet button, it's only compatible with EVM. We are supporting some networks, around 14 networks at the moment, but it will be increased in the next months. And like I said, you can sign your personal message, sign transaction, sign type message, and also we are broadcasting the transaction like a software wallet. Regarding how to integrate it, this is really simple. Basically, you just have 2 steps for doing it. First one, you will install this dependency. So it's Ledger Bertin. So now it's a release candidate 11, but basically this is really stable. It's already in production, so don't be afraid to use a release candidate version. And then once you have installed it and import it in your project, you just have to initialize it in your code. So basically in your index.js, then you can pass different, so you will call the initialize ledger provider. You can define different parameters, but the main one are the target. By default, we will inject our model through the body, so the body will be the parent, but you can choose your component if you want to. Also, you will have to say your dApp identifiers and the API key. So API key, if you want to do it during the hackathon, go by the booth and we will give you an API key for being able to have access to all the services. And that's mainly all. After we have logger level, DMK config. This is more advanced features. So basically, you don't need it for now, except if maybe. But I will be here with some colleagues to help you if you have any question. And yeah, that's all. And also, yes, we are live on 1inch, so it's already in production. And I will do a quick demo. So this is, like you can see, this is production. So, and there, when you are connecting, so you are listing also all the software wallet I have, but you can see there is Ledger Wallet here. So you can just click on it, then you select your transport. So I'm using Bluetooth with my Nano Gen 5. Okay. I'm connecting to it, so it will ask me to open LedgerSync application on my device. So basically, you don't have to code anything. It's already handled. Okay. Okay. It was there. And so now I'm connecting, so it will. I will fetch my. I think it's a small longer than expected because due to the Wi-Fi. But with say normal connectivity should work, and I should be able to retrieve all my accounts. Yeah, I think. Okay. Okay. Bon. Whenever, basically, you have an idea of what it looks. I think there's network connection issues here. And basically, we are seeing this pop up. So when you will enter in the swap flows, basically, you will have the same stuff. And you will just have to validate it on your device. Also, great feature we have added in with the Ledger Button provider. If you don't have the app installed, so the Ethereum app installed on your device, we will directly install it inline, so you don't have to go back to Ledger Wallet to install it. It will be done. The only, I would say, prerequisite is to have Ledger Sync enabled. Otherwise, you will be redirected to Ledger Wallet. You have to enable it, and then once your accounts are synchronized, you will be able to play with it. And yeah. Okay. And also, if the Ledger button does not fit exactly to your needs, maybe it's only EVM, it supports only EVM and you want to do something else, maybe on Bitcoin or Solana, you can go through the device management kit, which is also a solution we have. So it's used in our tools. So Ledger button is relying on it, Ledger Wallet is relying on it regarding everything regarding connectivity. And so it's consistent. It has been released more than a year ago. So now we have implementation, web, React Native one. It's really modular, so you can be able to select the different transport if you want to use React Native BLE instead of web BLE, for example. It's pretty easy to use. It's well documented. Also, I didn't say it, but you will have all the documentation I showed before for the button and also for DMK on the Ledger developer portals. And yeah, and also it gives you the clear signing supports too. And just showing you how it's organized. So you have the device management kit in the middle. You can select the different transports. And also we have different signers. So for the lay button, for now we have Ethereum one, but if you want to do something on Bitcoin, Solana, you can. The signer already exists and are working. And after we have Ledger Sync, but I think on this one maybe you will not use it. Also, we are giving you some common commands just for opening apps, closing an app, having the list of installed application, etc. So we are giving you really a set of capabilities, and you should be able to exploit, I would say, Ledger device at maximum. And yes, we have the track hardware integration, so it could be used implementing the button, it could be also use the DMK. You could also, as you can see, we only have 3 different signers for now. So Ledger is already supporting, I don't remember, it's more 100 different chains. So something like that. So the firmware application should already exist, but there is no signer yet. So if you want to add a new support, you can also do it. You can also build a new app. If you have a new blockchain, you can build a new device application in C or Rust using the device SDK for it. And yeah, so.
And yeah, just one thing on this. So the DMK device management kit replaces the legacy Ledger.js set of libraries. And as you can see, there are still some Web3 connectors out there which use the old libraries. So one of the ideas here in the hackathon is to replace, to implement the DMK in popular connector libraries such as, Web3.js, WAGMI, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, thank you. And that's it for me, and I let you to finish.
And yeah, finally, we do have a creativity award. So if you feel like your project does not fit in any boxes, we reward creativity as well. It's a winner-take-all prize, so only one prize here of $1,000. But yeah, feel free to build anything that doesn't necessarily fit the tracks we have. And one thing to note as well is that everything we just mentioned is also available on the developer portal, which is the documentation for developers, and we have a specific page for this. So it's developers.ledger.com/ETHGlobal, and you will see a detail of all the tracks with links inside the page that will take you to all the right documentation, for the signers, for the DMK, all these good things. So yeah, please do check out this page. It's very new. It's for this hackathon specifically. And finally, we are quite a big team here at ETHGlobal. So feel free to come to see us at the booth. We have a team of engineers that can help you the whole hackathon. And we opened a Telegram group specifically for this event. So there's a QR code here and the ID if you need to join it manually.
Also, if you don't have Ledger device with you, we are giving you a spare one. So we will lend you a device if you want to work on it and you don't have it.